No police report, no fire report.
In fact, if it had not been for a few of our sharp-eyed viewers sending us pictures, chances are you and we would have never known about a balcony collapse that injured 3 people. It happened back in June, and 2 News Investigates Pam Elliott is live to tell you still no one's taken responsibility. Pam?
And here is where the deck came down, and above me you can see where it's being rebuilt tonight. Now, just moments ago I spoke with one of the people hurt, and he told me he has an attorney looking at the situation, and within the week he plans to move out. Decks in general are a problem, and if they're not made of pressure treated wood, they are likely to decay and rot, and you are left vulnerable. It was a dangerous wake-up call that Erica Spratt said she could see coming.
You could walk there and just see by looking up that the decks did not look safe.
For 2 years, Spratt and her husband lived at Georgetown of Kettering. But she says during that time, they only used their deck twice. And when she became pregnant, they decided to move out.
You could tell that it was deteriorating, the wood around the sides, and it was just getting worse and worse, and no repairs were ever made. So
within 2 years, nobody did anything to make it more secure?
No, not at all.
And you know for sure management knew about it?
Oh yes, multiple times. They even had a checklist where they even marked it on their checklist that it was a repair that needed to be done, and it was never done.
On June 14th, a deck collapsed not far from where Spratt and her husband had been living.
I came home, saw what had happened probably maybe 30 minutes prior, and just complete shock.
3 people were hurt when the deck above Chris Spay's apartment gave way. No one claimed responsibility, and more than 3 months later, that still seems to be the case. In December of last year, the Connor Group sold Georgetown of Kettering to APM Management. Both are Ohio companies. Our calls and emails to APM have gone unanswered. I did hear back from the Connor Group, but the spokesman did not believe an on-camera interview was appropriate since the company was not the owner at the time of the incident. Kip Ohatchee is Kettering's senior building inspector.
Ultimately, it's the owner's responsibility.
It's kind of scary, though, if you live in an apartment complex and you have a deck, and it took something like this to get them to respond.
So sometimes it takes a little extra action to get the reaction you're looking for.
After the collapse, APM hired an outside engineering firm to investigate all the decks and recommend repairs. 2 News Investigates obtained a copy of the engineer's report. It states that deck collapse was caused by the fasteners to the woodblock failure due to the deteriorated condition of the wood blocking. Basically, the wood had deteriorated. The report, dated July 8th, indicates 2 decks need to be totally replaced, and the 82 others have connections that should be replaced or strengthened this season. 3 months later, the decks are not done. Where the collapse occurred, this is what I saw less than a week ago when I spoke with Chris Spay.
Here you are, you're hoping that you're living in a safe environment. You just never know.
Could this have been prevented?
Could have been prevented if they had understood what they were anchoring to when they fixed the deck the first time.
And it took a permit to rebuild this deck. New construction requires a permit. That's a public record that you can get. What you can't get are notice of repairs. And so renters sometimes are out of luck. So look it up if you can. Ask your management what has been done. Really look through these areas before you decide to move in. Now, the city of Kettering promises me that it will be back out here. Inspectors will be out here making sure all the work is done. We'll be checking as well. And we have some suggestions for you right now on WDTN.com. Reporting live, Pam Elliott, 2 News Investigates.
All right, Pam, thank you so much.
And if you have a story that you would like us to investigate, email us at 2newsinvestigates@WDTN.com.